Hi guys, sorry about last week. For those of you that don't know, I've had a few things going on in my life. My mum was over last week, so literally there was no time to do anything. And by the time it comes time for live streams, I was just exhausted. So, I have 3 videos to talk about this time. I can start doing videos because it started to cool down. The window is open, so there will be some noise. The reason why the window is open is because it is still a little bit warm. So it's not hot like it was, but it's still a little bit warm, hence why the window's open. But we don't live in that noisy of an area, so it shouldn't be too bad. But just be aware of that. I have 2 people to talk about that we've already spoken about on this channel before. I wasn't aware about one of the people's updates, shall we say, until I got a message, a comment off one of you guys. Let's see if I can find that comment so I can give the person the shout out. Let's look. Oh, it's my wonderful friend Navara. And the other one is more drama than social commentary, but I'll explain why I thought it would be something worth talking about. First person I'm going to talk about is John. Now, for those of you that are not aware, for the last couple of months, John has been doing things in the US. He's been visiting Kuckian members in the US. He's been talking to people, he's been staying with people. Now, there was an incident, I did do a live stream on it, which I'll link above, but just to give you the breakdown, is he went to stay with somebody who paid for tickets and everything. They didn't charge him or anything for the room, which essentially wasn't a room, it was essentially a whole floor of their house. And he recorded them without their knowledge, both audio and video. He ruined her Jeffree Star palette. He ruined a lot of stuff. And he was saying that he was allergic to water, so they'd have to buy a bottle of water. But then not long after, he was seen drinking water with ice cubes, which he said he couldn't drink. And a lot of other stuff. Now, eventually they kicked him out. He tried to be melodramatic and say that he had witnessed her hit her partner, which had never happened, and that one day he will tell all. Now, I don't have the video because I wasn't quick enough, but he did do a video on it after Beauty by Ashley had already discussed it, because the woman in question contacted Beauty by Ashley to discuss it with her. Then John had gone off on Beauty by Ashley because she only went through one side, and Beauty by Ashley said, look, all the evidence you've got I've already been given, and even the recordings, I still believe her over you. So all that happened. Unfortunately, I can't edit that out because I don't have good editing software at the minute. It is something I'm looking into at the minute, but it's just there's a lot of other stuff going on. But back onto the point. He then went to several other people, stayed with several other people, and then what happened is, after he released a video naming this person, releasing the videos and the audios, he actually said in the video that they gave him permission to be recorded. Nope. And I'll leave Beauty by Ashley's video up in the iCard where she goes into depth. I'm basically giving you a basic overview. He said that in the recording, she said that they'd given the permission, but then acted like an idiot apparently on recording. Now, she didn't act like an idiot, she was reacting to something he'd done, and if you share somebody's recording that you've made, and they've given you permission, they have to give you a permission at the beginning of the recording, and you have to play that, which he didn't because he never got it. Now, what happened was, The woman pressed charges, and a warrant was arrested for his arrest. The warrant was issued for his arrest, and he didn't like that. So what did he do? He ran home to the UK. So the warrant was cancelled, but he was subpoenaed. Now, with the way things are between the UK and the US, there is a possibility of something happening, but I don't think it's going to be extradition because it isn't that big of a issue by the criminal court. If you see my point, there's certain crimes they do extradition for, and this I doubt they'll do extradition for, but they might want him to go to the American embassy, and they might ask local police to help with that. And now, the thing with that is here in the UK, John generally lives in one or two places, which is London or Newcastle. Now, granted, they're not a million miles apart, but they are under different police authorities. The London is under the Met Office, and Newcastle is under Yorkshire. I think. It's either under Newcastle or Yorkshire, I can't remember. But the issue is that he thought he was in the right. He made it sound like everything was her fault, that she was the one that caused the issues, that she was the one that did this, did that, this. None of the proof he actually shared actually proved those facts. If anything, they just made him look like an absolute idiot. Now, the other side of that is, John is very selfish, and he's very opinionated. And the thing with John is, as we know, is he likes to play the victim. And he likes... Shush! He likes everybody to know that he's in the right and everybody else is in the wrong. When all the issues that happened in the US, the common denominator was him. The common denominator in all the situations was him. The common thread between all the situations was him. Him and his entitled view and his entitled life. Now, there's a lot of things about John that piss me off. They piss me off to no end. And one of them is the fact that he acts like a brat. He acts like a child. And if something goes wrong, he has to be seen to be the person that's the victim. He has to be seen to be the person that's the one that's being victimised by everybody else. He goes on about people attacking him and people doing harassment videos. It's not harassment. It is basically calling you out on bullshit. Now, John doesn't like being called out on bullshit. Also, as a flip note on this, he has recently deleted all his Jeffree Star videos. Because he's seen that Jeffree Star is doing a lot of collabs with smaller channels. Like Rich and several other people. So he's thinking, if I delete all the videos and I start essentially batting for him, then he'll notice me and he'll do a collab with me. It's like, no, bitch, no. It's not going to happen. Doubt Jeffree would ever entertain the idea of it being anywhere near him because of how much vitriol that he has. He's infringed upon copyright with Jeffree, and then there's the Amorisi ringtones, which was a copyright infringement. He accused Sanders of stealing one of his videos when basically they were telling the exact same story in their own way. He makes people seem to be more of the aggressor, and he's the one that's being aggressed against. Wrong, bitch. You're the one that's being vindictive to everybody else. It's why a lot of people in the drama community want nothing to do with you. And a lot of people have, over the last 6 to 18 months, severed ties with you. And there's a reason why people don't like you, John. Oof. And then there's the fact that he has been signing up to websites using other YouTubers' emails. Like, you know, view and follower and subscriber, buying websites and things like that. And it's a lot of people are like, yeah, but what the hell? Why do that when your subscriber count is going down, your view count is going down, your income is down? I wouldn't say it's completely gone, but it is reduced, because a lot of people are starting to see you for the bullshit that you are. You do this all the time. You release a video, you leave it up for so long, and then as soon as you start getting hate, you take it down. You've done it before and you'll do it again. And every time you do it, the rest of us are going to call you out on your shit. Because we're not haters, we're not vindictive or anything like that. What we are trying to do is we are trying to tell you, this is wrong, you shouldn't be doing it, stop it. But you keep carrying on. And it's literally constant. You just carry on, and it's like, for crying out loud, grow up. If you want to have a drama channel, have a drama channel, but at least be respective of other people. At least tell both sides of the story instead of just one. And leave your personal bias out of that. Now, I don't do drama, I do social commentary, and I say my opinion. Because I'm not a drama channel that says that they're impartial and unbiased, like you do, John. And to say that you claim you're an investigative journalist, you wouldn't know investigative journalist if he come up to you, slap you in the face and shoved his hand down your throat. You wouldn't. You just wouldn't. Because what you do with faking tweets, with faking DMs, faking conversations, everything. You have faked conversations for the longest time. A lot of what the things you accused Peter Mon of doing and showed your proof was fake. You have been caught faking tweets from Jeffree Star. You have been caught doing a lot of dodgy shit. And we're not here for it. And we're not going to be here for it. And we're going to call you out for as long as you do this bullshit. And calling Ashley for not getting your side of the story when she already knew what you'd say and she'd already combated that in her video. At the end of the day, John, you have to realise that people have opinions on you. People have the realisation that you are toxic, and that is happening more and more and more in the YouTube community. So grow up. If you want to have a drama channel, have a drama channel, but stop with the bitchiness, please. Sanders isn't that bitchy. He can be petty sometimes, but he isn't bitchy. Rich Lux can be petty. God, can he be petty? But he tries not to be bitchy. I'm not saying that he completely, you know, that there aren't times where he isn't bitchy, but he tries. At the end of the day, if you claim you're an investigative journalist, act like an investigative journalist. And actually take some courses. Oh, but yeah, I forgot, you can't go back to university, can you? Can you? And a lot of the stuff that people say, oh well, you know, he didn't want to go to the police because he didn't want you to go to, and he doesn't have a good opinion of the police. It's like, well, if you've done dodgy shit, you won't have a good opinion of the shit of the police. But if a child has been abused, the person you speak to is the police. So, a lot of the issues that have happened with John will hopefully rectify with time. But I wouldn't hold your breath, because he's beyond petty, he's beyond childish, and as we all know, he's a bit of a dick. I have actually had a few people say to me, "Are John and Onision related?" And I often wondered the exact same thing. The narcissistic, play the victim, and a lot of other things. So, with that being said, I'm going to record my other 2 videos. Stay safe, be good, have fun, and I will see you soon.